So we've defined compound interest, we've explained compound cycles. So now it's on to the last leg of this three-legged stool. How do you maximize compound interest? Well, to maximize compound interest, I don't know if you can tell, but you have to improve the compound cycles. In this visual, it took 8 years for your $10,000 to become 20. Well, what if you could reduce that time? What's cool about improving compound cycles? It applies everywhere. It applies not only to investing, but also improving your life, improving your relationship. The concept is the same, but in this case, we're focused on improving retirement income. Implied in this graphic, there are basically 2 ways to improve compound cycles. Time is the most important factor when it comes to your quest for secure compound interest. You give your money enough time to grow, enough time to compound, you will achieve wealth. And no, time is so critical. Why? Because we don't have a lot of it. So the actions you take are critical. So if compound cycles are every 8 years, as in this example, how many 8 years do you have starting at age 30 to be able to achieve the maximum amount of compound cycles? Right? Time is critical, which also means you have to take action now. Compound cycles can be anywhere from, I'll call it 5 to 15 years. Everyone, all of us, are born with about 15 compound cycles. So, question, how many compound cycles do you have left? See, think about it. Through the power of time, $1 invested into a newborn has the compound potential of over $32,000. That's 32,000 times the original invested amount by starting immediately, by starting now. Imagine being able to pass this on to the next generation. Hey, don't make the same mistakes I made. Start investing your money right now in a secure compound interest producing vehicle so you don't lose those compound cycles that we so preciously have. Can you imagine the power of passing on this information to the next generation? Throughout our lifetime, we all have about 15 compound cycles. The best thing you can do for the next generation right now is get money compounding in a secure compound interest producing vehicle right now. Don't wait. Now, did you hear everyone is born with about 15 compound cycles and start to think, man, how many do I have left? Well, don't be discouraged. Most working age people have between 6 and 10 compound cycles. So you have time, but you should know this. Once a compound cycle is lost, now that could be lost through procrastination, it could be lost because of a bad investment, it could be lost because of ignorance. Regardless of the reason, once a compound cycle is lost, you cannot get it back. It is gone forever. Bruh. Now, as I mentioned, there were 2 ways to maximize a compound cycle. So let's discuss the second. The only way to compensate for lost time, the only way to compensate for procrastination, the only way to compensate for a lost compound cycle is to get more money compounding as quickly as possible. How does that saying go? The best time to start anything is yesterday, but the second best time is to start today. The way you compensate for lost time is to make your first compound cycle as large as possible. See, make the initial investment in the compound cycle large enough so that significant gains are made during that first cycle. And since each cycle doubles in value, the higher the initial investment, the larger the second cycle, the larger the third cycle. Each compound cycle gets massively larger. That exponential growth starts to take off even sooner. Quick example, take $1,000. And let's say you have 5 compound cycles with $1,000. Well, that $1,000 would turn into $32,000. That's pretty good. 5 compound cycles. But what if you increase that $1,000 to $5,000? $5,000 with the same number of compound cycles, which take the same amount of time. Those 5 compound cycles would produce $160,000. That's a $128,000 increase off one $4,000 increased investment. I increased the $1,000 investment to $5,000. That's a $4,000 increase. Produced an additional $128,000 in compound interest. $4,000 more upfront with the same 5 compound cycles produces an additional $128,000 in compound interest while doing nothing different. As mentioned, there are many compound interest producing vehicles. I mean, there's a lot of them, but there are not many secure compound interest producing vehicles. See, secure compound interest producing vehicles achieve exponential growth through leverage-based acceleration. And again, there's two vehicles that I'm aware of: real estate investing using secure leverage and maximum premium indexing, MPI. Compound interest producing vehicles versus secure compound interest producing vehicles. Why is that even a thing? So let's put a pin in that as well. I'll do another example to explain the difference between compound interest producing vehicles and secure compound interest producing vehicles. What are they and why are they different? And how can one become the other? For me to adequately explain compound interest producing vehicles compared to secure compound interest producing vehicles, I have to introduce you to the risk return pyramid. Have you ever seen this before? I will do another video fully explaining this risk return pyramid and why some of your investments are secure and some are not. I'm Donnell with Self-Directed Strategies. The takeaway from this video today is this: compound interest will change your life. So don't wait. Get started today on your WTF journey, accumulating wealth, regaining your time while achieving true freedom. So let's connect. Check my bio, click on my Calendly link, and let's put 30 minutes on the calendar. I appreciate your investment in me and this channel, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. I'm Donnell. Till next time.